Hello there, this is Professor Warsi. Today we will learn how to use the present progressive tense in English. Okay? If you took my previous lesson, we learned how to use the simple present tense. But today we are going to learn the present progressive tense. It's also called the present continuous tense. Okay, this tense is used to describe actions that are happening now. So what am I doing? For example, I am teaching you. What are you doing? You are listening to me. You are taking this lesson with me. Or you are learning English with me. Okay? So let's look at today's objectives. The lesson's objectives are to understand the structure of the present progressive tense and also learn when to use it, because there is a situation in which we use the simple present tense, such as I like pizza, and there are situations in which we use the present progressive tense. We will practice with examples. I'll give you some exercises to do and then finish up the lesson with some quizzes. Okay? So let's start. What is the present progressive tense? It is used to describe actions happening right now or around the current time. I am reading a book. Let's say my friend calls me. It's like, what are you doing? I've said, I'm reading a book. Or they are playing football at this moment. All right? Very good. So let's learn the structure of the present progressive tense. In the affirmative, we start with the subject, which is the case usually in English. You must have a word in the subject position. Subject plus am, is, are. I am, she is, we are, followed by a verb with the suffix ing. So you will notice when we use the present progressive tense, we say playing, talking, eating, dancing. She is dancing. So she is the subject. And the following verb is, and then dancing. Now, as we speak, she is dancing. Negative forms of the present progressive tense are subject plus am, is, are, and not. Now pay attention to that. That's important. The difference between the affirmative and the negative is everything else is the same except that word not plus the verb in the ing suffix. I am not watching TV. In the affirmative would be I am watching TV. The negative form is I'm not watching TV. I'm just reading a book, or I'm just relaxing. Interrogative, okay, it's the questions. So just as in the present simple present tense, you say, I like pizza, I don't like pizza, do you like pizza? That's a question, right? So in this case, we move the auxiliary, the helping verb, to the beginning of the sentence, to the front of the sentence. Am, is, are, plus the subject, plus verb and the ing position. So they are playing music. That's an affirmative. A negative sentence would be they are not playing music. And a question would be, are they playing music? Yes, they are playing music. Or no, they're not playing music. Okay? So far, so good? Very good. Let's move on. When do we use the present progressive tense? There are 4 situations in which we use the present progressive tense. Actions that are happening right now. What is Professor Warsi doing? He's teaching his students. Okay, he's talking on the phone. Temporary situations that do not last a long time. They're staying at a hotel this week, right? Future arrangements, actions that will happen in the future, but we still use the present progressive tense. We are meeting them tomorrow. Or I could say to my friends or my colleagues, I'm teaching at 4 o'clock tomorrow, right? Changing or developing situations. The weather is getting colder. So this is a changing situation. Maybe the weather was warmer and slowly it is getting colder. For example, in New York, where I live, the weather is getting colder. Okay? All right. Very good. So let's look at some examples of action now. Actions that are happening now. She's studying for her exam. He's taking a shower. Jane is playing tennis with her brother. What is Professor Warsi doing? Professor Warsi is teaching the present progressive tense to his student. Shabana is making a milkshake. Okay, so these are actions that are happening now. In temporary situations, remember they're staying at a hotel this week. That was one example I gave you. Some other temporary situations are, I am driving my brother's car for now. So maybe my car broke down. It was old, it broke down. So I can't drive it anymore. And I asked my brother, I said, hey, can I borrow your car for now? And I'll get a new car and then I'll give it back to you in a week. My friend is staying with me for a week. Professor Warsi is not teaching this week. I am fasting for 7 days. Maria is staying at a hotel this week. So the whole period of fasting, is 7 days. So I could say, because it's a temporary situation, on day 8, I'll start eating again. I am fasting for 7 days. The third situation in which the present progressive tense is used is to refer to future arrangements. We're moving into a new house next week. I'm meeting Caroline tomorrow. I'm going to Rome next month. They're performing live at the Lincoln Center this coming Friday. And John and Sherry are leaving New York in 2 days. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. We'll still use the present progressive tense even when the action is not happening right now. Okay, we are moving into a new house next week. The moving hasn't happened yet. It will happen next week. But people say we are moving into a new house next week. Or I can say, I'm going to Italy next month. All right, so that's the third situation. The last situation is changing or developing situations. Now remember I gave you an example of the weather is getting colder, right? So in New York, the weather is getting colder. My mother is getting old. Maybe she is 79 or something. Then you can say, my mother is getting old, right? So there's a change in her age. Karuna's car is drying slowly. Or Shariful is gaining weight. He's eating too much, and now he's getting fatter. Okay? Now let's do some exercises. As I always do, I give you some exercises to practice so you apply what you just learned. Let's do fill in the blanks. Okay, fill in the blanks exercise. So there are blank spaces in each of the 5 sentences. Your job is to write the verb in the present progressive tense. He blank worked on a new project. So try to pause the video now, maybe complete the exercise, and we'll go over the answers together. Okay? So pause the video, do the exercise, and I'll show you the answers in a minute. Okay, how was it? Did you get all of the answers correct? Let's look at the answers. He is working on a new project. Tapas and Tara are visiting me tomorrow. I am preparing for the exam. Sharik is taking a shower, and Samantha is baking a cake. All right, did you go all of them correctly? Did you get all of them correctly? If you didn't, no worries, nothing to worry about. Let's just keep on learning. Now rewrite these sentences in negative. She's painting a picture. I think you've learned already, but just to give you a little bit of a hint, remember you have to use the word not. She's painting a picture. Rewrite the sentence using not. Igor is taking French. All of these sentences are in the affirmative. So let's do that. Let's rewrite the sentences. I'll wait for you to finish the exercise, and then we will go over the answers together. All right? These are the answers. So the original sentence was, she's painting a picture, and in the negative it would be, she is not painting a picture. Do you notice something interesting? In all of the 5 sentences, there is one word that is common. They all have not. Igor is taking French. Igor is not taking French. Okay? So I hope you did well. We are almost near the end. Form a question. Okay? They are watching a movie. Can you turn that into a question? Remember the rule? You move the helping verb or the auxiliary verb to the front of the sentence and it becomes a question. So give it a try, okay? It's important for you to apply what you have just learned. Okay? All right. Are they watching a movie? Remember, the sentence was, they are watching a movie. And what did you do? You move are to the front of the sentence. So it becomes a question. Are they watching a movie? Jane is feeding her baby. Is Jane feeding her baby? Becomes a question. Right? Is Costas watering the plants? Is the boy playing in the backyard? Are you cooking lasagna? No, I'm not cooking lasagna. That's the negative sentence. Very well. Okay, so just one quiz. I want you to try completing this exercise. Choose the correct option. I have given you two options. So they blank travel to London tomorrow. You have two choices. A, travel. B, are traveling. And can you complete this exercise? It's just a quiz to test how well you have learned the lesson. Okay, these are the answers. They are traveling to London tomorrow. The dog is barking loudly. And 3 is she is reading a book. Okay? Great. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. But before we wrap things up, let's go over some of the key points. The present progressive is used for actions happening now. You must remember that. And there are 4 situations. Yeah, happening now. Actions happening now in temporary situations. For future arrangements and developing things that are changing or developing. Okay? The structure of the present progressive tense is subject plus a helping verb and followed by a verb with the ing suffix. Okay? And let's go over the 4 situations we just learned. Actions now. I am learning English. I am teaching English. You are learning English. They're playing football. In temporary situations, I'm staying with my mom for 2 weeks. So this person is not going to stay with her or his mom for 2 months. It's just 2 weeks. It's a temporary situation. Future arrangement. Arindam is visiting his brother next week. So it's a future arrangement. Not happening now, but in the future. But we still use the simple present progressive tense. Changing or developing situation. The weather is getting colder. The weather is getting colder. So the weather is changing. It's a new situation that's developing. So that's all, folks. This was a short lesson on using the present progressive tense. If you have any questions about this lesson, please write your questions, okay, in the comment box below. And I will see you in the next video. Work hard, keep practicing, because remember, practice makes perfect. Okay, you take care. Bye-bye.